Let's try to understand this concept quickly from the NCERT. NCERT has given a very small, brief description of this topic. The topic is inflorescence. A flower is a modified shoot wherein the shoot apical meristem changes into floral meristem. So it will start giving rise to flower or floral portion compared to the leafy shoots. Internode do not elongate. We all know flower is a modified shoot in which the nodes are quite close to each other. That means internode do not elongate. An axis gets highly condensed or compressed. The apex produces different kinds of the floral appendages laterally means sidewise, at successive nodes. So how many nodes? We have learned already 4 nodes are present. When the shoot tip transforms into a flower, it is always solitary. So whenever there is a single flower, you will call it as a solitary flower. Arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis is called as inflorescence, and depending on whether the axis gets converted into the flower, apex of the axis gets converted into flower or continues to grow, 2 major types of inflorescences are there. Those are racemose and cymous. So pay attention to this line. Depending on whether the apex continues to grow, if it continues to grow, or it is consumed to become a flower. So when it is consumed, it is called definite growth, otherwise indefinite growth. So in the case of racemose, the type of inflorescence, main axis continues to grow, so indefinite growth is there, and flowers are born laterally. In which manner? Acropetal. I have told you in the notes, acropetal as well as centripetal succession. In cymous inflorescences, the main axis terminates in a flower, hence is limited in growth. So this will have a limited growth, and the flowers are born in basipetal. Basipetal means the top flower would be the oldest one and the bottom flower would be the young one. So this is racemose inflorescence, which appears to be like a cone. This appears to be like a dome. That's why it is called as the cymous inflorescence. Now let's quickly go through the notes. Now what is compound? So far we have done in the last class regarding simple racemose inflorescence. Now whenever the peduncle of the inflorescence undergoes branching, it is called as the compound racemose. Now compound racemose is easy. It is just like the simple one. The only point you have to remember is that there would be branching of the axis on which the flowers are born. So it can be of various types. Some of the types I have mentioned here. Let's start with the first one, that is the panicle. So what is panicle basically? Panicle is PA. Panicle or is also called as the compound raceme or raceme of racemes. And what happened in this case is the raceme, if you remember raceme inflorescence, same thing is present here, but the main point of difference is the axis has undergone branching. So axis undergoes branching, and these branches will have raceme present on it. So that's why it is called as compound raceme or raceme of racemes. So this is the panicle. Panicle is found in gulmohar, which I have told you in the last class, the Dionys regia. Amalthus also. Amalthus is Indian laburnum or golden shower tree. Compound corim. Then the second one is compound corim. Now compound corim is also called as corim of corim. So now it will be same like this corim. The only difference is that the axis is going to be branched again, and then each branch of the axis will have small corims present on it. So it is called as compound corim or corim of the corims. Then the next one is compound umbel. Now compound umbel is nothing, again a modification, that the axis is going to be first branched, and then the branches will have flowers arranged on it. So this is characteristic of Apiaceae family. Compound corim is also called as umbel of umbels. For example, carrot is there, fennel is there, cumin is there, coriander. So all of them come into Apiaceae family or Umbellifera family. Now in the same manner we can have compound spadix also. Now what is compound spadix? Compound spadix is also called as spadix of spreadices. It is found in the case of coconut, date palm, pygmy date palm or Phoenix dactylifera. There are many plants which come in the palm. Palms will basically have compound spadix. So there will be a big bract-like structure which is also called as the spathe, and then the axis is going to be a thick one, a thick axis. This is a modification of this one, if you remember. So this is going to be highly thick and then undergoes branching, and branches will carry flowers. These flowers are going to be sessile. This is the compound spadix, very common among all palm, and palms come in the case of Ericaceae family. Remember, the previous one I told you was Araceae family. Araceae family are soft plants which are kept indoors, and Ericaceae family plants are palm. Now the next one is compound capitulum. Compound capitulum is also called as capitulum of capitula. Now it will have same arrangement like this. The only difference is the axis is going to be branched, and each branch will have flowers arranged in the same manner. In the same manner you can have spike of the spikelets also called as compound spike. And compound spike is found in the case of wheat, is found in the case of oat. It will be a spike where the axis will undergo branching, and each branch will have flowers arranged just like in the case of spike. So you can see here I have drawn sessile flowers. Bracts are present. In this case the bracts are called as lemmae or glooms. So remember, bracts are given different name in different type of inflorescences. Like in the case of the sunflower family, it was called as involucre. In this family it is called as spathe. So in different inflorescences the bracts are given different names.